As tempting as it was to keep shooting between Rhina, Sakrasoy, and Hamnoy, I wanted to keep exploring other areas in the Lofoten Islands. So on February 7th, I headed north, but this time I drove past Leknes and headed east over to the Skifjorden area to look for more opportunities. I initially drove down past Storfjorden before doubling back and driving down to the town of Stamsund, and eventually along the Skifjorden coast over towards Valberg. I made a return visit on February 10th, and this time I took my time wandering the coastline as the sun rose to the southeast. Somewhere out at Skifjorden. I missed some of the good light this morning. But I'm gonna head back now and just see what I can shoot. Taking off, watching out for hairy cows, on my way back. So yeah, a lot of the really nice light is gone, but that's because I got down here late and I wasn't really sure what the heck I was going to shoot when I got here, and what the light was doing, what the sky was doing, where do you park. And I only knew of one really good pullout, so I headed there. I think I may have gotten a decent shot of that cabin. I liked it because it was next to the snow-covered woods. Whoops. Slow down. It's just so squirrely on this snow. Lots of curves. Lots of opportunities to go off into a ditch. Walk close through these mountains, whatever these are. Love these. Look at this mess. What other roads go like right out there? I wonder. Just zipping out here to get some gas. I think I'll look at the map and see if there's a way to get a river or something in front of that. I love those mountains. Spectacular. Outside it says -11. Roads may be icy, no duh. And the gas cap thing door was frozen. After prying open the gas cap and shivering in the -11 Celsius temperature, I filled up with gas and continued to explore north of Leknes. I had driven up this way the previous September on my way back to Senja, but now everything was covered in snow and looked spectacular. I was on my way back to Nussfjord when I noticed some nice-looking clouds directly to the south. Just out of curiosity, I kept driving past the E10 turnoff and eventually found myself in the harbor town of Ballstad. My time spent exploring Ballstad and Skifjorden was yet another reminder that the beauty of Lofoten is not limited to the area around Rhina and Hamnoy. I had spent my time exploring just 2 of the amazing islands on the archipelago and had only briefly driven through the others, not to mention the areas further north like Senja. After promising myself that I would be making many more trips to northern Norway in the future, I headed back towards Nusfjord, drinking in the amazing scenery as I drove. Be a little sketch getting out there. I guess they do a better job on this road than they did on the road to Nusfjord. Look how high these, whoa! Look how high these walls are getting from the drifts. If there's snow drifts, the snow walls are getting pretty, oh gosh, there's no room there at all. This is just bad news. It's like one lane. Especially right here, gosh. Look how narrow this is. Are where it's like this. Look at this, look at this, look at this. This is like a 1 lane. It's the E10. How are people supposed to get a raw? Nobody's out today. Genius. This is just no bueno. Everybody. Whoa! That's why there's no traffic coming back the other way. So this is why I didn't run into any traffic when I was going in that single lane. I was really panicked. Huge traffic jam here.
Try not to let that happen again.
Somebody just got through, and I think he just pulled out. Maybe he's on the other side of this thing. If somebody's off the road, or what happened, but the plows can't get through. This light really broke open. It's kind of nice. Place to be stuck. As the temperature and snow continued to fall over the Lofoten Islands, driving became more of a challenge, and I noticed a few things. First, during heavier snowfall, the plows might only have time to get 1 lane open, so you need to slow down and watch for oncoming traffic, especially on the E10. Secondly, ice can build up inside your wheel wells if you aren't paying attention. On one of the mornings, I went to start the car and suddenly several warning lights went off on my dash and it felt like the parking brake was on. All right, we'll try this again. There's reverse. Parking brake's off. So my wheel wells were crammed with ice and my poor tires are just struggling against it. And so far so good. I got the icy road notification. Man, every alarm in the world went off. After digging the ice out, the car was fine. Lastly, even though it may seem intimidating driving around on the snow-covered roads, the studded snow tires that come standard with all rentals on the archipelago in the winter did a remarkable job of keeping my all-wheel drive Toyota Yaris on the road. If you drive your own vehicle up there in the winter, I would highly suggest spending the extra cash on studded snow tires. I saw a number of vehicles that had slid off the road, and I had to believe those individuals were either going too fast, did not have the right snow tires, or a combination of both. As mentioned in my last video, if you're planning a visit, be sure to get your entire vehicle off of the road if you pull over to shoot, especially in busier areas like the E10. And if you do need to get out of your car and walk on the busier stretches of road, be sure to wear your reflective vest, one of which will probably come with your rental. Taking off for Uttakleiv. There's a madhouse up here with the parking. I think I can get out of here. Okay, some nice light over this lake. Look at this. Holy cow. I want to stop my car and fly my drone. Just trying so hard not to be one of those guys. Just in the way. But man, is it difficult. Look at this. Frickin' the heck A. Just passing through the right, coming up on Victon. That's Victon. See that peak right in front of me just through the snow. As I headed north toward Uttakliev, I began to drive into some of the nicest light I had seen on my entire trip. The longer I drove, the more amazing the light became. Light is just bonkers. I stopped to try and get a picture of the lake. Here, a drone shot of the lake. So beautiful. That's nice right there. It's a great comp though. Coming up on Halkland. Still a little bit of light on the hills opposite. Again, this is probably a half hour more light than I had, or more, last week. Haven't been here in about 7 days, I don't think. Although my original target was Uttakliev to do some scouting for the Aurora, I ended up stopping at Vic Beach as the light was just stunning. I quickly used up most of the remaining daylight shooting the coast while putting the drone back in the air. on my way back from Uttakleiv, scouted out a path down to the tide pool area. But if it's high tide, I gotta look at the tides, which could be very different than last time I was here. And if I aim for like 10 or 11 or something more pragmatic, midnight, whatever the high point is, who knows? It's bitchin' looking snow showers out here. Can I stop? I don't know if I want photos of that necessarily, but it's just really cool looking. Sunday the 11th. You can see how much snow fell over the last couple of days. The last full day here in Lofoten, in Skifjorden. As the sun set on my last full day, I headed back to my Airbnb, reflecting on the incredible time that I had shooting for those 2 weeks. I was kind of bummed that the KP index was so low now that I had some clear skies for my last night, but maybe not being able to shoot the Aurora was not such a bad thing. Since I would be leaving at 4 a.m. for an early flight out the next morning, I was looking forward to getting at least 6 hours of sleep after packing. Later that night, as I was organizing my stuff, I took one last look at my Aurora app. It was now showing a 4.65 and the potential had shifted from low to moderate. That changed everything. I grabbed my bag, headed out to the car, and set off for Uttakliev. After shooting the Aurora and getting 2.5 hours of sleep, I headed to the Leknes airport and boarded my flight to Buda, followed by 3 more flights back to LAX. Before ending this episode, here are a few of my shots from my amazing time over the 2 weeks I spent shooting the Lofoten Islands in 2024.